Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Ipshita Bansal from BPS Women's University, Sonipat, Haryana. Today we will be discussing about the module Learning from Ramayana for Human Quality Development of the paper Indian Perspectives on Human Quality Development. By the end of this module, the students will be able to understand a few dimensions of Ramayana for application into contemporary life, the applications of Ramayana for overall human quality development. Ramayana, as most people would know, is the scripture that covers life of Bhagwan Shri Ram and Devi Sita. There are numerous versions and interpretations of Ramayana, each with unique insights in different fields like governance, administration, social theory, policy making, leadership, etc. The first and basic Ramayana was composed by Adi Kavi Valmiki. Among other various versions, Ramcharitmanas of Tulsi Das ji has wide acceptance in Bharat. Similarly, Kadam Ramayana is popular in southern part. This module for drawing learning in the area of human quality development refers mostly to Valmiki's Ramayana and Ramcharitmanas of Tulsidas. The world in general is facing challenges of ethical standards, motivational issues, lack of culture of creativity and innovation, and leadership crisis, to name a few. The scholars and practitioners are in pursuit of addressing these issues. In these times, referring back to our ancestral wisdom in the form of scriptures like Ramayana can help us achieve higher levels of human quality development. The module briefly describes the major events as presented in Ramayana and then the analysis to draw the relevant learning. Bhagwan Vishnu incarnates himself whenever there is an extreme case of violations of dharma, that is ethics, in the world. Among his various incarnations, the one in the form of Sri Ram is very popular among Indians. The name itself signifies the importance, as Ram means one who resides in the heart of the people. The era when Ravana's acts were making life of the people, nature, animals miserable, Sri Ram took birth in kingdom of Ayodhya, ruled by King Dashrath. Along with him, Sheshnag incarnated in the form of Lakshman. Ma Lakshmi took birth at the kingdom of Mithila, which was ruled by virtuous king Janak. In early life, Sri Ram with his brothers Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughan studied in Gurukul, come back to Ayodhya, and again he with Lakshman leaves for offering services to Rishi Vidya-mitra by eliminating some demons who created hindrances in yajna and other dharmic processes. During the journey, they reach King Janak's palace, where Ram lifted and stringed the famous bow of Bhagwan Shiv. After this, he gets married to Devi Sita. Thereafter, circumstances changed and Sri Ram, Sita and Lakshman leave for exile for 14 years in the jungle. Bharat, who had full faith and devotion towards Sri Ram, offered his selfless services to kingdom in absence of Sri Ram by putting khadau, that is wooden footwear of Sri Ram, on the king's seat. During these times, they faced attacks from numerous demons who got killed, and various sages and learned men and women got rescued. Ravan, in order to take revenge of his sister, abducts Devi Sita and flies back to Lanka, his abode. There, Vibhishan and other senior people condemn the cowardly act of Ravan and persuade him to return Devi Sita to Sri Ram. But all efforts go waste, and Vibhishan is ousted from the kingdom, who then ultimately reaches to Sri Ram. Ram and Lakshman get introduced to Sugriv, king of Vanars, by Hanumanji, incarnation of Bhagwan Shiv. With the help of Hanuman, Sugriv, Vibhishan and Vanar Sena, Sri Ram is able to defeat Lanka and free Devi Sita from being captive. They all come back and Sri Ram took over as the king of Ayodhya and ruled on strong foundations of ethics and morality. Everyone was at peace. There was social harmony and mutual trust for years till he lived. Sometimes later, Devi Sita had to leave the kingdom to avoid any kind of stain on character. She was expecting baby and had to face various hardships. Even the announcement of her departure made Bharat and Shatrughan go faint. Finally, she was offered to stay by Rishi Valmiki. She gave birth to twins Love and Kush, who went excellent education at the ashram of Rishi Valmiki. Finally, Sita reaches back to her Vaikuntha Dham, original abode of Bhagwan Vishnu and Ma Lakshmi, after the earth gives her space. Later, Bhagwan Ram also took Jal Samadhi with numerous people to reach his abode. Structure of Ramayana. Ramayana is divided into 7 kands or subsection. Bal Kand, containing story of early life of Sri Ram and his brothers. Ayodhya Kand, return of Sri Ram from Gurukul and departure for exile. Aranya Kand, Sri Ram, Devi Sita and Lakshman in exile. Kishkindha Kand, meeting Hanumanji, Sugriv etc. Sundar Kand, Hanumanji locates Sita ji and Vanar Sena prepares for war. Yuddh Kand, attack on Lanka. Uttar Kand, return to Ayodhya, Love Kush and final departure to Vaikuntha. So now we will try to understand how different sections of Ramayana can give us learnings for human quality development. Bal Kand. Narad Rishi briefly portrays story of Ramayana to Valmiki Rishi. The whole Ramayana is covered in 24,000 shlok, and here he summarizes in just 100 shloks. One can learn how to express ideas in brevity without losing a sense. This is also an interesting format of writing executive summary. Description of Ayodhya includes presence of wise ministers who are with high ethical standards, control over senses and are able to develop cordial relations of public with each other. This is input for modern day families, organizations and nations that importance of any entity is through the ethical mode and the people with high standards and not mere through materialistic gains. Curiosity of Sri Ram is on full display when he keeps on asking wise questions to Guru, ministers and other senior people whenever he gets an opportunity. This is a display of humble nature and eagerness to learn. Vidya-mitra proposes faith on young Sri Ram when he asks King Dashrath to send him along for eradicating demons. This displays the ability to identify the leader and propose full faith on him. When Sri Ram reached King Janak's Mithila and put strings on the bow of Bhagwan Shiv, he does not start boasting of himself, rather remains calm and composed. He even is able to pacify Lakshman, who starts to react and respond to the views of other people. Ayodhya Kand. Description of Sri Ram's personality traits. Approach towards others. Never finding faults in others, remaining grateful, spending time in community of good people only, and respect for elders. Approach towards self-control. Sri Ram was always calm, composed, kind-hearted, polite speaker, and resorted to truth. He controlled his senses, peaceful, calm. He was a follower of Dharma and Shastra, who was not interested in even listening to unethical discussions and talks. He had an ability to control extreme reactions even of others. Continuous learning. Sri Ram was highly skilled and educated and still eager for learning from elders and had sharp memory. He always put duty on highest priority. He was healthy, dynamic, energetic and humble. All activities were productive and never useless. He did not procrastinate and was full of patience. Bharat's approach to the situation of exile for Sri Ram. He renounced pleasures and there was understanding of his responsibility too. He did not compromise on his duty to run the kingdom efficiently. He ensured that he sets high ethical standards by renouncing all pleasures that a king enjoys. Aranyakand talks about the exile period of Sri Ram, Mata Sita and Lakshman, as we can see in the picture. Mata Sita, in discussion with Sri Ram, mentions 3 personality traits that one should be free from. First, making fake or false statements. Second, disrespecting women. And third, uncalled violence or animosity. Aranyakand. She further emphasizes on importance of pious surroundings, free violence, non-possession of weapons, etc., which incite feelings of insecurity and ultimately leading to self-description. But Sri Ram explains that he was approached by Munis for protecting them from demons. Therefore, it's his duty. Sri Ram, when approached by Munis, instead of expecting respect and praise for his work, he humbly apologizes for not being proactive in serving to good people for noble cause and promises to do his best by eradicating demons. Golden Deer Incident. Lakshman displays high level of acumen by explaining to Mata Sita and Sri Ram that it is an act of demon and this is unnatural. From this, one can learn to apply brain and think logically and rationally to save one from any major problems that may arise due to lack of self-control and attraction towards materialistic growth. Jatayu puts his best of efforts to rescue Mata Sita from Ravan. He fearlessly puts on best of himself to fight for the safety of a woman. This is very essential in current times. That's why we put high emphasis on safety of women, and stories like Jatayu should be set as an example. Shabri also teaches us a lot. If one reads Ramayana and adopts what Sri Ram has set as high standards in human interaction, one can learn to respect each other and every living being. Shabri herself has lot of learning through display of perseverance, patience and hope. Kishkinda Kand. Here Sugriv sending Hanumanji to explore about Sri Ram and Lakshman. This incident calls for introspection that when one is insecure, he may not be able to even trust the person who could be able to contribute for his well-being. At the same time, the way Sri Ram responded is learning that even if you are not going to harm someone, being humble and building trust is essential for long-term relationships. Collaborating for mutual benefit on ethical standards is important. Sri Ram offers full support to Sugriv, not just for sake of getting support in return, but on ethical standards, as it was clear to him that Bali had betrayed Sugriv. Never to betray in partnership. Sugriv, after being able to regain kingdom with support from Sri Ram, gets indulged in materialistic pleasures of the kingdom and forgets his duties. So he had to be reminded of the duties by his wife and aggression of Lakshman. This is essential learning in modern day, where we repeatedly witness such incidences. Kishkinda Kand. There is contemplation by Vanars on how to cross the ocean in search of Mata Sita and Hanumanji taking off. The Kishkinda Kand ends with Jamvant reminding Hanumanji of the infinite powers he had and the purpose of his life, that is serving Bhagwan Ram. The leaders, team members need to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. This is essential in times of crisis, as the person who possesses those skills might need to be reminded of it. Hanumanji facing Rakshasas en route to Lanka gives us the lesson that be ready for surprise tests, checks and balances. Sursa was the deity who came to test Hanumanji. Sometimes the well-wishers may take a surprise test. It may be well thought of or even unintended. The end benefit will be of that individual only, if one is dedicated to the cause. In Sundarkand, Hanumanji meets a demon who catches flying objects through their shadow. Intelligence rules over physical power or any other kinds of tricks and pranks is the learning. Analysis of problem to reach the root cause is a must before attempting the solution. Meeting Lankani on reaching Lanka, hitting her on head, and then she remembers Brahma's words, anyone could observe you, need to remain alert and attentive even after everything is strategically planned. Remaining alert and attentive is essential even if plan seems perfect. Surprised to find Vibhishan, a devotee of Sri Ram in Lanka. World is full of enemies. There are good people everywhere. Connect with them. Make them feel comfortable. Higher purpose in life enables good relationship at any stage and anywhere, even in seemingly hostile environment. Meeting Mata Sita and witnessing troubles faced by her. Hanumanji finds Mata Sita forced to live in a hostile environment without any information of Sri Ram and Lakshman. Ability to understand problems of others and provide hope. Battle with Rakshasas of Lanka in Ashok Vatika and getting caught by Indrajit and seeing Ravan. Entered into enemy's area, fought with them and then getting caught by Brahmastra to show respect towards Brahm. Short-term sacrifices are essential to ensure the long-term implications. Fire lit on tail and then bringing Lanka to ashes. Ravan ordered to lit fire on the tail of Hanumanji. He did not get deterred, rather utilized this opportunity to bring Lanka to ashes. Even worse that happens with one, it can be turned into an opportunity and benefit. Hanumanji returns to camp of Sri Ram and narrates whatever happened in Lanka and ends with a note that it's all because of your grace, nothing great of me. He is respecting the importance of source of energy and guidance. Ramji praying to ocean for providing path to Lanka. After seeing no response, getting ready to dry it up, and finally ocean responds, Ram could have dried the ocean in the first go, but accepting advice of Vibhishan, he prayed to ocean for 3 days to give path. When seeing no response, he is ready to dry up ocean, because primary motive was to free Mata Sita from Lanka and free people from atrocities caused by Ravan. Even after having huge power, one must respect others. At the same time, this should not deter one from one's goal. So what do we learn from the Yuddha Kand? Sri Ram, while praising the qualities of Hanumanji, expresses that on being deployed on a mission by Sugriv, he has accomplished various tasks apart from those assigned. Further, he described 3 types of servicemen: those who do extra work than assigned work based on potential and capabilities, those who do not put efforts for extra work even having potential, and those who do not accomplish even the assigned task. Among these 3, first category is the best, second average, and third is of lowest grade. Vibhishan, presenting views on Ravan's darbar and getting thrown away from the kingdom, finally reaches Vibhishan and presented his views that Ravan shun animosity with Sri Ram and respectfully let Mata Sita go to him. But Ravan's arrogance led him to throw Vibhishan out of Lanka, and he finally reached Sri Ram. Multiple implications of this are: first, one should not be arrogant like Ravan, who ignores the advice of well-wishers. Second, in case one is being discarded from a place, there are better avenues and opportunities available. Every incident is a great opportunity. In Yuddha Kand, we learn from Sri Ram's approach to welcoming a refugee. When Vibhishan reaches the camp of Sri Ram, all people other than Hanumanji were not in favor of welcoming him. But Sri Ram clarified that any person who comes for refuge should be given a chance, and it was his firm belief. Uttarkand. There is humble discussion of Sri Ram in Ayodhya with Rishi and Muni and courtiers. Even on being king who could give orders to various people, Sri Ram always believed in getting concurrence from all the members of the court. He used to consult, seek opinions, and then take decisions which were in the interest of the public. He remained humble while listening to the views of experts. Description of all the acts of Ravan also give us learnings. The abuse of power is one of the major concerns in the history of life on earth. Various incidents describe implications of abuse of power. Ravan, who was highly knowledgeable, industrious, and full of determination, could not survive because of power abuse. Therefore, most important learning is to remain humble even after attaining power and authority. So let's now understand what are the applications on human quality development. The learning from Ramayana has to be customized as per requirements of the individual. This section classifies learning from Ramayana for 4 phases or roles of human beings and what insights can be drawn for human quality development. The subsections discuss how Ramayana can be studied and internalized to strengthen those dimensions of human personality. Lessons for early childhood and elementary stage. Even being the sons of King Sri Ram and his brothers lived a simple life under tutelage of their Guru and Guru Mata. They used to obey the teachers, perform duties and lived a life of swablamban. They gained the necessary skill set required to perform duties in coming years of the life. Therefore, we can learn that initial years of life are essential for development of the human personality. Self-discipline and respect for teachers are two foundations for development. Today, we find world craving for high quality education for children in terms of latest technology and infrastructure. But the need is to understand that to be developed, we need to instill importance of self-discipline and mutual respect through learning at home and schools. Lessons for teenage, adolescents and youth. First is remaining alert. When Hanumanji reaches Lanka, he assumes a micro-sized shape but still gets caught by Lankini. He then immediately senses the danger and hits her powerfully on head. The youth tend to ignore the implications and consider anything to be foolproof. Hanumanji teaches here that even if everything is well planned, one should remain alert and attentive. Second is be ready for surprise tests, checks and balances. Hanumanji, while travelling to Lanka, faces Sursa, who was sent by deities to check the mental acumen of Hanumanji. He could get through her easily. This is most essential learning for youth, that parents, teachers and elders may test the potential not for critiquing, but making one confident of oneself. These should be taken in positive spirit. Third is duty over desires and rights. Bharat's approach to life and duty provide exemplary learning in terms of fulfillment of duties and getting rid of desires that are not in the interest of family and society. After exile to Sri Ram, he decides to fulfill his duty towards society by leading the kingdom, but at the same time ensuring that desires don't even try to obstruct him from his devotion towards Sri Ram. He serves kingdom by living in outskirts and places Khatau of Sri Ram on the seat of throne. Lessons for middle and senior ages. First is knowing the team. When all Vanars template on the ways to cross the ocean in search of Mata Sita, the Kishkinda Kand ends with Jamvand reminding Hanumanji of the infinite powers he had and the purpose of his life, that is, serving Bhagwan Ram. This provides insights for the senior members in the team that they need to be aware of strengths and weaknesses of their team members. This is essential, especially in times of crisis, as the person who possesses those skills might need to be reminded of it. Next is managing diversity in the team. Sri Ram had diverse team with people like Lakshman, Hanuman, Sugriv, Jamvad, Angad, etc. He never took decision without consulting them or listening to their points of view. Turning tides into favor. When in Lanka, Ravan orders that fire be lit on Hanumanji's tail. He, rather than getting perturbed, utilizes this opportunity to bring Lanka to ashes. The most important quality that human beings need to possess is this ability to turn unfavorable situations into one's own favor. Applications in HQD for retirement and thereon. Devotion towards Bhagwan. All the senior virtuous people whom Sri Ram visited had a common thing: unflinching faith and devotion towards Bhagwan or God. Learning from Shabri is most important in this regard. Even on being ignored and neglected by society, she, in her old age, posed full faith in words of her Guru that Bhagwan Sri Ram will visit the ashram. She had trust on words of her Guru and faith on the God or Bhagwan that he would definitely fulfill his promise. So let's now summarize what we have studied in this module. Ramayana for ages has played an important role in development of human qualities. The scriptures like Ramayana are termed as Shasvat, that is, meaning eternal, thereby meaning that the implications are true and varied across the time periods. The scriptures like Ramayana are knowledge repositories of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary knowledge. This makes them more relevant for the life, as subject knowledge is not bifurcated into hyper-specialized disciplines. Today, there are discussions and deliberations going on among governments, policy think tanks, social groups, academicians, and practitioners about improving Human Quality Development Index. The parameters of such initiatives are skewed towards extrinsic parameters of development. Those are essential to start with, but simultaneously we need to focus on intrinsic and inherent aspects of human development. In this context, Ramayana provides a lot of learning that can contribute to individuals' human quality development. The lifestyle, processes of learning, conduct of a person as a child, as a student, as a youth, as a family member, as a member of organization, as a leader, as a friend, etc., needs to be perfectly balanced for a successful and high quality life. Ramayana teaches the various options for the above mentioned areas. The various people with expertise in different domains through their principles in life provide the frameworks which one can choose as per liking and coherence, ultimately leading to high levels of Human Quality Development Index. Thank you.